Mic's on. Welcome everyone to the February 9th, 2018 meeting of the Cable Television Advisory Board. It looks like we do have a quorum, so we'll start with a roll call. Andrew Sonoda is here. Dorothy Clark. Bruce Cottagnone.
Here.
Richard Ferenkopf. Stephen Calipo. Here. Brian Garrity.
Here.
Sally Hyland. Here. Ed Lecious.
Here.
Jennifer McCormick. And Alderman Jetty is here representing the Board of Aldermen. So, all right. There are no members of the public present. So, moving on to acceptance of minutes from previous meetings. We've got minutes from the January 12th meeting. Is there a motion?
I move to accept and place on file the minutes from previous meeting.
A motion to accept and place on file. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, motion passes. Written communications. I believe we've got a copy of the Access Nashua monthly report as a written communication, but we'll include that in the PEG manager's report for Mr. Painter to review. So moving on, Mr. Painter.
All right. Our current balance of operating account 2505 is $617,978.22, and our expenses for January, including salaries and facility operations, totaled $27,271.73. We had 1,008 cablecasts total in January, and of this, 17 were live. And this broke out to be 8 out of Education 99 and 9 out of Government. We had 1,076 playbacks, and of this, Public 96 had 577, Education 99 323, and Government 1676. And that's all I have for this month, and I'll pass it over to Pete.
All right, on the education channel side for our programming in January, on the 7th, we did the City of Nashua inauguration from Nashua North High School Auditorium. On the 12th, we recorded Bishop Girton at Nashua South basketball boys and girls doubleheader. The 15th, we also did a doubleheader hockey game at Skate 3 Arena for Bishop Girton in Tingsboro. On the 19th, we recorded, that was the doubleheader at Tingsboro. So we did three hockey games that week, excuse me. On the 23rd, we recorded the Battle of the Bridge Unified Basketball at Nashua North. Also, we did Battle of the Bridge Wrestling that week, and we did live coverage of the Battle of the Bridge boys and girls basketball games on the 28th. And that was our programming accomplishments for the month.
Okay.
And as you said, Mr. Chairman, everybody has a copy of the Access Nashua.
Okay. And that'll be included in the record on.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Painter.
Just something. We had talked about, and Sally Hyland and I have been together this month, just to make sure that we coordinate her announcements closer, that so we're monitoring them better, to make sure that they're going on properly, and that when they're playing back, that it's a full announcement, everything's correct. Also, I've been doing some research, and I haven't heard back from the company, but I think I found a company that has equipment that's equivalent to what we have, but modernized, up to date. So hopefully that'll turn out that we can get some new equipment, to do the recording, just so it's more reliable than what we've got right now. I mean, I think that's 20 years old, what we've got in there now, so.
Ms. Hyland.
I would just point out that Jeff and I listened to the message after the last meeting, and it seemed to be correct. So I don't know why you had heard that it was cut off, but
It was.
it seemed to be correct. And I do want to stress that I listened to it on the after doing the broadcast. I can listen to it, and I do that, and it sounds fine on the phone. Theoretically, that should be what people hear on air. So.
But I'm just becoming more diligent in when I'm monitoring, the channel every day that I've got it on, and I hear the entire thing, so I know. Because a lot of times, what I would do is, I pull it up, make sure it's there, everything's good, go back to work. So this way, I'm just become more diligent in making sure everything is right on the announcement. And we'll just do that. But the new equipment is going to be key too, to just make it so that doesn't happen.
Ms. Highland had something else?
Yes, I have a question for the chief. Do you folks use Channel 16 at any time? You used to do that.
If we have a message that needs to go out, we generally go through Justin.
Okay.
So I would assume Justin must post it on Channel 16. I know he puts it out on his social media feeds, but pretty much anything that's important enough for us to put out, we go through Justin.
Right, he does send everything to us.
Correct.
And, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Alderman Judd. All right, Jettie.
Just to confirm that, before the last meeting, your message was cut off. And since then, it's fine. So I assume that you did something to fix it, but
Well, it changes every week.
it's
So,
okay now, so.
okay, good.
New equipment should solve that too, because whatever's happening, I don't trust this equipment. It's a one piece kind of out of all the other ones, because we've kind of adapted this to every time we put new equipment in, and we just haven't been able to get this piece of equipment because it's hard to find, So, but I think I found it. I was using the wrong terminology. It's advertising signage, they call it. And I was looking, for all kinds of different names, but signage was the key that brought up, there is machinery out there that you call into when, you advertise, but we could use it for that. I mean, we could just adapt it to that. So I'm waiting to hear from the company. I haven't heard back yet, but I think that's what we're looking for. Hopefully it is.
All right. Mr. Lucius?
I'll move to accept the PEG manager's report, financial statements, and the Access National report and place them on file.
All right, there's a motion to accept and place on file. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. All right. Next up, committee reports. The Education Committee. Mr. Lucius, do you have anything for us?
We'll be taping the next edition of Eye on Education next week, and we'll be interviewing the two student representatives to the Board of Education for this next installment.
All right, thank you. I noticed that there's an error on the agenda, and under new business, which would be the next item that would have, we didn't actually put down the election of officers. I don't know if we need to have a formal motion to suspend the rules to have that.
To be on the safe side, I'll make a motion we suspend the rules to allow for the inclusion of the election of officers under new business.
All right, there's a motion. Any discussion of the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, motion passes. So we've added election of officers to the new business. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I will move that Andrew Sonoda be reelected as chairman of the CTAB committee.
All right, are there any other nominations? If not, is there a motion to close nominations?
I move to close nominations.
All right, motion to close nominations. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, and I guess we'll call the original question. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. Moving on to Vice Chairman, I'd like to move the nomination of Ed Lucius as Vice Chairman. Are there any other nominations? Is there a motion to close nominations?
Move to close the nomination.
Motion to close nominations. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, we'll call the original question. All those in favor of electing Ed Lucius as Vice Chairman?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Is there anyone that would like to serve as clerk?
I'll be done in a month, so.
Then we just have to have another election. Well, so far we've been basically utilizing transcription service through the city for our minutes, so the clerk actually isn't as essential as it apparently was decades ago.
continue sending everything out.
Okay, thank you. All right. Comments from the public or other, there are still no members of the public. Remarks by members. Anyone? Alderman Jettie.
So, last week, I think it was last week, I've been going to so many meetings that I kind of lose track, but I think it was last week, the Board of Public Works had a presentation on snow removal operations. And it was kind of timely because there had been a lot of complaints by people. And I should say, you know, a lot of compliments also about the snow removal of those two storms we had in late December. There was a snowstorm, a major snowstorm, I think Christmas or right around Christmas time, and then the ice storm. And that generated a lot of comment, favorable and a lot of unfavorable comment. So this presentation was kind of timely, and I was telling people to watch this presentation because it's going to have a lot of good information, and it will explain, you know, what the city does and why it does it, and that they don't plow streets randomly, that there is a plan in place, and they'll explain all of that to you. And I looked at the Channel 16 schedule, and it was on the schedule. But when I came to the meeting, we found out that it wasn't being televised. And I'm wondering if, you know, why that is, why that wasn't.
Mr. Painter?
What happened, I had it on the schedule because they had, you know, we had scheduled it and we had a guy coming and everything. Mayor's office got in touch with me the day before and said they don't want it to go live. Now, we've got a recording of it, but it did not go live, so I took it off the live, but that was the day before. So that, I mean, that's why I thought it was supposed to go live. I mean, I had no reason not to believe that it would go live, but they said they didn't want it. So that's what happened. And it was like, oop, okay. So I took it off, but we did record it.
So a video recording?
Yep. I haven't done anything with it yet, simply because they had said we just want it recorded, but they didn't say if I could post that, you know, onto YouTube. So I just got to have them tell me
Okay,
to do with it.
okay, thank you.
Anything else? Ms. Hyland?
I just want to make one comment about an upcoming sale of compost bins. We do that with the Garden Club every year, and we're hoping to get on to the public access for presentation on backyard composting with the Garden Club. So that will be ending sometime in mid-March, so it's a really short period of time, but just want everybody to know about that.
All right, thank you. All right, if there are no other comments, is there a final motion?
Move we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. All right, see everyone next month.
Yep.